Hello and welcome to the latest Sun Racing preview in association with Betway. We're looking ahead to day 3 at the St Leger Festival. I'm delighted to say I'm joined by my colleague Callum Jamieson.
Hi, Jack.
And the Irish racing editor Mark Nevin. How's it going, Nev Dog?
Yeah, I'm all right, thanks.
Good man, good man. Let's just dive straight in then. I think on Friday the Doncaster Cup is the big race of the day. I think it's all about Stradivarius, isn't it, lads? I don't think we can see him getting beat, but should we just wax lyrical about him for 5 minutes?
Yeah, clearly he's the best stayer around. He's got to give a £5 penalty this time, but shouldn't be a problem. He gave £3 in the Lonsdale. It's just tactically versatile. If they go slow, they go fast. He just seems unbeatable at the moment.
He's an amazing horse. He's chasing his 10th straight win. Again, he's just one of those where he just does the bare minimum, doesn't he? And he did that again at York, really. Just kind of, he's a little bit lazy, just looks after himself and just got enough in hand to beat the likes of Dee Ex Bee, who's probably going to chase him home again. What do you think, Sea-Dog?
I mean, Mark Johnson must be sick of the sight of John Gosden, Frankie and Bjorn Nilsson. He said earlier in the season, Johnston, that this race would be his sort of backup plan later in the season because he thought Stradivarius wouldn't turn up, and well, surprised he's turned up again, unfortunately for them. I think Strada's finally starting to get the credit he deserves, but the price is reflecting that. Obviously, he's solidly odds on here.
Yeah.
I won't be having a bet for certain, but I mean, if Dee Ex Bee is ever going to beat Stradivarius, I think this might be the place on the track for him. Just because it's such a galloping track and that long straight, if you're ever going to get Strada beat, I mean, he's going to have to be flat out from a long way out and just hope William Buick's going to have to get those fractions spot on. I mean, like spot on. But saying that, it looked like Dee Ex Bee was probably flat out a mile out at York, and Dee Ex Bee and Strada still comes cruising up. So I don't know. I mean, it's a rivalry that's been going on for a while, but it's not quite lived up to the hype, has it? It's going on a bit now. It would help if Dee Ex Bee just had a bit of a turn of foot, was a few pounds better. We'd be able to look forward to it.
He just hasn't got the pace to live with Strada, has he? Because Strada stays all day, but he's got to change a gear. I know you're quite keen to run him in an arc. I mean, you're mad, but
I think we missed that boat now, but yeah.
So yeah, obviously we've got Max Steinway in here, Sneaky Getaway, Barzanti, Cleonte, but I think we're all in agreement that Stradivarius is going to be very hard to beat, and he should just get a 10th win on the board, shouldn't he?
I think it's a 2-horse race.
Yeah, long odds on, and he should oblige. So
I mean, it would be interesting to see if Buick changed anything tactically. I know he likes to go from the front, but he's done that 3 times now, and it's the same result all 3 times. Maybe Buick might do something a bit different.
Then again, if they try and bring him from behind, like you're not going to.
He hasn't got the turn of foot.
So it's a tricky one.
That's the problem. Yeah, he's got everything, hasn't he? Stays, he's got the speed. You know, he finds for pressure. He's just a brilliant horse.
Yeah.
So I think he'll win this Doncaster Cup pretty easily. Cool. Then one of the other big races on Friday is the Flying Childers. It's a Group 2 over 5 furlongs for 2-year-olds. It looks to me like a match between Ali and Alligator Alley. Ali, very impressive winner of the Norfolk and the Prix Robert Papin. Joseph O'Brien's Alligator Alley, obviously very impressive at York last time. Lads, what are we thinking about this Group 2?
Yeah, I mean, you probably are right. It probably is a match. Both were all about raw pace, which is obviously what you need for this race. Alligator Alley, the way he managed to win at York last time, everything went wrong. I know they went really quick up front, but he was hampered. He is definitely improving, but I just think the Norfolk winner, Al Ali, just sort of last time in the pre-morning, he just got outstayed, and he's just all about 5 furlongs for me.
Yeah.
One, I think she's about 12 to 1 is Flaming Princess. She's quite closely matched with a few of these, and last time she never got a run at Chantilly. She's very quick, and I just think she's a bit of value at 12s. I mean, the top 2 will probably fill the first 2 places, but she could nick 3rd. Decent value at 12s, I reckon.
No, fair enough. What are you thinking, Sea-Dog?
I'm really not sure what to make of Ali at all. I wanted him to be something special early on the season. You thought that way, the way he won at Ascot on only his 2nd start. But I can't work out, he's just one of those really forward 2-year-olds that's found 2 cosy Group 2s, and he's just made himself look better than he is. The other big question's the ground, I think. He hasn't actually raced on anything quick with anything not with soft in the description
That's
at all.
what I'm concerned about, quick ground.
I mean, the drop to 5 is definitely in his favour, like Mark said. The only worry is there's not much pace in this race either whatsoever, and a lot of the times he's looked good. He's come from the back of the field and just cut through. Even Ascot, he hit the front quite early and sort of did wobble around a bit out front. I think that's what makes me sort of lean towards Alligator Alley more. There's just quite a few doubts around the favourite. We haven't seen the best of this horse, no way, even though that he's had 5 starts yet. I mean, the last 2 runs he's improved a good few pounds each time. Like you said, at York he was stupidly unlucky at the start, good big bump coming out the stalls, but the way he cut through that field, he was a class above them. I know it's only a listed race, but there's some decent horses in there.
What about his when he ran at Goodwood, he was a bit
Bit
unlucky.
unlucky.
And exactly,
Do
yeah.
you think he might have beaten?
I was going to say,
She's a good filly as well.
I mean,
Liberty Beach, is it?
it's in the Molecombe, yeah. I was all over Liberty Beach that day, so I'd only had my eyes on her.
Yeah.
But then you watch it back a good few times after, you don't realise he had to come out right, got bumped again.
Yeah.
And on another day, I'm not sure he would have won. It's impossible to say, but he would have
Yeah.
gone very close. I mean, she might have found a bit more out in front, but that's good form in this level as well.
I mean, I have to say, I've been looking at this race and I kind of keep changing my mind. I kind of agree with you. I think Ali was potentially just an early 2-year-old. He shaped very well on his debut. He was well back for the Norfolk, and I think he won that with quite a lot of authority, to be honest. He kind of battled on to win the Group 2 in France. And probably heavy ground, and like you say, he probably just didn't get home over 6 in the morning.
I mean,
it was a good race that
the
morning
form
as
of
well.
those two Group 2s is very average as well. Nothing's come out of that.
Not
Norfolk,
special,
really.
but I mean,
The
I think
morning's
the
the
morning
best,
was a real strong
best 2-year-old race this year.
Properly good race, that. And I just think you're right. The gears that Alligator Alley showed at York, because just over a furlong, I was like, oh, he's stuffed, and I took my eyes off him.
Yeah.
And then he just whoosh took off. The gears he showed, he's a very nice horse. Flat track, 5 furlongs, quick ground. I think it's ideal conditions for him. And I'm starting to lean towards Alligator Alley if I had to pick one. Rounding it up, lads. So you're going Alligator Alley, are you, Callum?
Yeah, I think we need to mention, like Mark said, Flaming Princess. Definitely think she's got a good shot. She was unlucky last time.
You haven't seen the best of her yet. Soulion, he's normally quite reliable, but he got stitched up a bit last time at Chantilly, and she's way better in that form. It just depends if she's got the quality at the top. So,
and there's not much pace in this. It could be a little trappy finish, I'm not sure. And then the other ones, I think we do need to mention Golden Dragon. I think those Windsor novices he ran, and they've actually worked out quite well.
Wheels on Fire as well, got some decent form.
He's quite closely matched with Alligator.
Got some decent stakes form.
And then Seize the Time as well. I know she completely went out last time, but Ryan Moore's on for Carl Burke. It's maybe a bit of a clue there, right down the bottom of the market as well.
Okay. Nev Dog, you fancy a bit of each way Flaming Princess? Then?
Yeah, I'd probably take a chance. I'd like to have a look at, see if the ground's quick on the day. You know, I think she's a bit of value, maybe to nick 3rd spot.
All right, sweet. It'll be Alligator Alley for me then in the Flying Childers. And the opening race on Friday is the Scepter Stakes, it's a Group 3 for fillies over 7 furlongs. Very competitive looking heat. We've got the likes of Farzine up there in the betting, Pretty Baby, De Fede. Lads, what are we thinking about this one? It's a very, very trappy looking heat, isn't it? I've got no idea.
I think you'd have to hold a gun to my head to have a bet in this, to be honest. It's a classic end of season chasing some black type for your filly sort of race, I think. I'm not sure I can have Farzan at all, especially at the prices. She's got plenty to prove, although a big market move might sort of make me look a bit silly there. I'm not going to waste too many people's time on this. I couldn't nail anything down whatsoever. But saying that, I think the one I'm slightly inclined to lean towards is Angel's Hideaway. She's talented on her day. She's definitely a quirky horse. I mean, Frankie Dettori refuses to ride her, and he doesn't do that with many good horses. She's lost her way a bit recently, but both of those have come at Goodwood, and I think her best form before that's come on flat galloping tracks, and I think Donny is like that. She ran really well in the Guineas, nice long straight there, and Ascot as well, 3rd in the Jersey. That's her best form to date. PJ McDonald's got the nod up. He's only ever ridden for Gosden twice and has won one of those. So I think I'm clutching at straws a little bit and trying to talk myself into it. But she'd be the one for me, I think.
What about you? Got any fancy anything, Nev Dog?
Not particularly.
It's
it's one of them races that
it is a tough race.
You could pick 4 or 5 and still not be anywhere. I mean, Farzine, she cost a fair few quid. I think she cost about 400k. Yeah, and she's got the pedigree. I watched her Kempton. It was a nothing novice really, and she won easily. But this is just a whole different level. 7-2 favourite, I think she is.
Bit short.
Bit short.
I mean, to be honest, in a race where it's full of exposed fillies, we know that none of them are Group 1 level. They're all kind of around this listed Group 3 class. I guess if you're looking for an improver to come and blow them out of the water, it could be her, because the rest of them have all kind of reached their level, haven't they? But I agree. A couple of bloodless wins in novice company, but this is a big step up, isn't it?
Big step up. I mean, I think Foxtrot Lady's got plenty to prove stamina-wise. She's never convinced me over 7. And then if I had to have a bet, which I wouldn't, but I'd probably take a chance on Pretty Baby. She's pretty solid here. She's got a penalty to defy, but she's got Ryan Moore.
It's a bit of a leap of faith, isn't it? But she's got the back form there, isn't she?
I mean, she's won over 6, she's won over 7, so she's got a bit of speed. I could just see her maybe, nicking
I think she's had excuses the last. I mean, you can excuse her defeat at Ascot, and she was never put in the race at Goodwood. And I think she's better than she showed there. To be honest, if I had to have a bet, and again, I'm not keen on it, but I'd probably back De Fede each way, bit of Dirty each way. She's rock solid at this level. She's a little unlucky in the Supreme at Goodwood last time, and I just think this race is wide open. She's got a good solid Group 3 form, and I think she's she's certain to run well. But it's a tough race. This.
Yeah.
So I think we might steer clear of this one, lads.
I think Foxtrot Lady, and Mark said, lots of question marks, but I think she's quite interesting. Exact same connections as won the race last year with Dancing Star.
Yeah.
Murphy on again. I mean, again, I'm pushing the boat a bit, trying to find something, but it's just an angle races like this. You've got to look at everything you can.
Normally rides the fact Murphy's up.
And he rode the winner for Baldwin in the same colours last year.
Cool.
And I mean, 6 definitely suits her best. That's the worry, but little fast finish and sprint at the end. Who knows?
Just nothing would surprise me in this race.
No, exactly.
That's it's a tough old race, that's for sure. Right then, lads, best bets for Friday. What are we fancying? Callum, go with you.
Alligator Alley for me. I think definitely the best horse in this race going forward.
Nice one, Nev.
I'll probably take a chance on Flaming Princess.
Yeah.
Each way 12-1. Hopefully Nick third or second.
Right, fair play. Taking the lads on then, because I'm going to go with Alligator Alley as well in the Flying Childers. So cheers, lads. That concludes our Friday preview. Happy punting.